Welcome back, Aries. This is your Taroscope reading for March 3rd through the 9th, 2014. So, let me take a moment to welcome my new subscribers. And thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your favorites, and definitely your comments. I'm getting to know a lot of you so well, and you truly are a blessing in my life. And I include you in my prayers every day. So, let's get right to our reading. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of a recap from last week because you might be watching me for the very first time. You might have missed last week. Or you're still working upon some of the struggles that you had to, not really struggles, but, you know, just understanding some things about yourself in order to go forward on your path. So some of you are moving forward. Most definitely you're moving forward, and others, you know, you still have some of this week to address some of the issues, okay, to promote your decision in going forward in your actions and in especially relationships and love and valuing people. So I've got the Nine of Swords here, and the Nine of Swords tells me that there still may be issues. I mean, this is for a percentage of you, not all of you. Some of you are moving forward, and we're going to get to that, because even the people who still have to do work, you Aries out there that still are working through these truths, you're going to be heading that path as well. It takes a little bit more work, but towards the end of this weekend, I see beauty, and we'll get to the cards, but we won't jump ahead here. Okay, let's start with the Nine of Swords. Okay, so there's still thoughts and processes in realizing who you are and your truth and your desires. I think we had our happily ever after for you to meditate on last week. So that still applies. I mean, really get definite about what you want in life, and your joys and your wishes and your hopes, and how people treat you and how you treat people. And you know, you have the knowledge that you can do it. If you put your mind to it, you can so do it. But to gain a wisdom and an understanding, as well as how other people coming into your plans can add value to your plans, and working with people, and accepting them as a part of you. So a little bit more to do with that. The Hermit tells me that you have everything inside you in order to go forward. Okay, it's just realizing your truth at this point. You know, some of you might realize that you are not being honored and put on your pedestal that you should be in a relationship. That you're not the most important thing, and you should be. Oh my goodness, you should be. But you have everything inside of you in order to go forward. We have the Tree of Life. We have your light getting stronger. We've got the Page of Swords, of looking inwardly and having the courage. There's our red. Having the courage to, and we're dressed all in white, having our courage to look at our beauty and our strengths and what we have to offer and what we want, what we demand. Definitely you should be demanding. Definitely you should be selfish in what you want and what you need going forward. That's very, very important. And we do have the Six of Swords here, okay? And sometimes this card can mean travel, but it's not. I've never seen this layout before. Spirit really threw a... I had to sit here for quite a while just trying to understand the position of the cards and what they were trying to tell me. So Spirit's putting me to the test these days. So we have the swords here, and the swords are your shield, okay? Just like the Ten of Swords. They're your lessons so that you can go forward. So I really don't see this as travel, but rather you going forward upon your path, your destiny, realizing your beauty, and taking all that wisdom with you, and remembering that, you know, every time you put that stick into the water and you thrush the boat forward, you have to stick it into the mud down below and really get to the inner emotion and, you know, what really makes you tick, what really gives you balance, what really motivates you. And we have the balance card actually in this week going forward. You obtaining balance, you know, maybe thinking outside the box a little bit on how to obtain that in your life, and really striving for balance. So, you know, if you're in a relationship, one of two things are going to happen. You're either really going to cement that bond in this coming week, or you're going to realize that it's time to move on from this relationship and find your soulmate. Find your twin flame. Find the one that you are to be with. The one that's going to raise you up and put you on a pedestal and stand behind you and work as a teammate. And you don't always have to do it all solo, Aries. I know you're very determined. That's what's beautiful about you. So balance definitely coming in. Working with people. Okay, we've got the Five of Wands. You know, through communication and conversation and doing projects with people, getting together, especially with like-minded people, reaching for the same aspirations and goals as you, most important. But there's a little bit of playful, competitive energy happening, which is really going to spark your future and your path. So, really welcome people into your life and communication in your life this week. And this was actually the first card I laid for you, so I always give special symbolism to this one, and it is the Ace of Cups. And I just see so much in this card for you. I think I could sit here for an hour if I wanted to and tell you all the messages that are in this card. I see so much that I see praying hands over here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a shadow. And to me, looking at the card right now, that draws my attention the most, telling me that Spirit has formed a wall around you. Your spirit guides, your angels, the universe, your God. Definitely. It's just like a wall, you know. I can see angels standing behind you with their wings spread out and touching each other, forming like a semicircle, so that you can go forward with confidence and surety and light. Very beautiful. I see you embracing love. Okay, so the Ace of Cups is really about a new path and a new path of love. So once again, re-cementing a very good relationship, or leaving a relationship, and even finding a new relationship right now. So I think relationship is very highlighted. Love is very highlighted. And your actions, your surety, your knowledge going forward in your love. So, and then we go over here, and I think we had that card last week, didn't we? The Ace of Cups. It was further on in your reading, more of as you're going into this past weekend and going into the beginning of this week, right? I'd have to go back and watch, but I'm pretty sure we had that one last week, but it was a little bit further down the road than the very first cup. So you really are stepping into your truth and your beauty and your knowledge and all those things we talked about working on last week. Congratulations that you applied yourself and followed some of my advice. And if it wasn't my advice, then thank you for following Spirit's advice, God's advice, your angels, your past loved ones, whispering messages. You know, you have a lot of birds in your readings. You have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 out of 12 cards. Wow. And, you know, always remember when you're getting a tarot reading or something, and there is a cough or a dog barking or a loud sudden noise or something, a horn going off, that you should really pay attention to what was being said at that time, because it's paramount that you have that information today. So, we were talking about 11 out of 12 cards having birds. So Spirit is really coming to you with messages after messages after messages. Things are coming together. Things are, you know, you're happily ever after. You're on that path, or you are ready to step on that path. So much in your light. It's so exciting. So, and the reason I thought of that is because I know this one was in our reading last week, the Lovers. Or was it the Two of Cups? I'm pretty sure it was the Lovers, though. And so this is bonding with people and having people raise you up. You know, being honored the way you should be honored. How important to your beauty and your light shining. Very exciting for you. So if you're not in a relationship, you're definitely going to find a relationship this coming March for sure. I can't see it going into April. And if you are in a relationship, there might be partings, but that's only to meet that somebody new. So I don't think if you're leaving a relationship, it's going to be very long before you find yourself starting to communicate with a new person, flirting a little bit, getting to know them. And so yeah, relationships, definitely love. Promoting, this week is all going to be about promoting your wisdom and your decision and your actions in love. And I'm willing to make changes if need be. And maybe it's a conversation saying, you know, I really don't want to keep going down this path with you. You know how sometimes you get into a relationship and you allow a little bit and then they do something else, and well, you allow that and they do something else, and pretty soon you really don't like that part of that person, or you don't like that situation or that understanding between you, and it'll eat away at you. It'll be a poison if you don't bring that out and really talk about that truth with your partner, or talk about that truth with yourself and understand that going forward so that you can enter a relationship and break that bondage of those thoughts of misery and whatnot. You know, when you're looking back at relationships and whatnot, don't look at the pain, look at the lesson. Those people are brought into your life to give you a lesson. Be thankful that they entered your life. Try and banish the hurt a little bit by understanding the balance of the situation. Understanding why it gave you wisdom. You know, it might have been, you know, as you look back in relationships, it might have been because it was something that you definitely decided that you wanted in your life, or definitely decided it was something you didn't want in your life, and it gave you wisdom and clarity to enter the next relationship and the next relationship. And so you're either going to be going into a relationship very shortly, leaving a relationship very shortly, or really making some firm understandings about your truth, how you want to be respected, how you want to work together as a team. And we have the Page of Cups. There's our rainbow. And this is really saying that you are going to be learning new lessons going forward in your path of life and love. I really don't see a lot about career in this one. This one's very much a love one for you, and the love of others and the love of yourself, and learning and taking new experiences to heart. And we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is really the only money card, so I would have to say that it has nothing to do with money, but rather your total well-being, and to be making a plan going forward on how you're going to honor yourself, how you're going to pay attention to your self-worth, and how you're going to pay attention to other people's self-worth, and being grateful for them in your life. So maybe a 2-second, 3-second, you know, I am grateful for just being me and having this life. I'm grateful for the people in my life and the lessons they bring to me. And I'm grateful for Spirit being in my life. What did that take me? 3 seconds. Close your eyes, go to sleep. You know, so it really doesn't take all that long to just give a few seconds of gratitude. Sometimes those are the only things that you'll be able to come up with. A special child or a special pet, or, you know, maybe it was just somebody who passed you on the street and smiled at you and kind of raised your vibration a little. So try and incorporate that into your life this week, and I really see you going forward on a path of beauty and wisdom, one with nature. So if you have the opportunity, if you're in warmer climates or you're on vacation in a warmer climate, kick off those shoes and touch the ground with your feet, your bare feet. Walk upon the sands of the oceans and the meadows of the forests, and really enjoy the stars and the beauty. This is a new day rising for you. I think we had 3 aces last week, so this is the result of your new path. Going forward, you know, put that star, you know, on your calendar for, you know, we'll talk in December and see how we did. But I think you're going to be very, very pleased by the time you get around to December. So, I also posted a daily focus. I don't know if I'll be doing that on a daily basis on YouTube. Time is limited in my life, so I try and do as much as I can. But if you really want to see it, I will do my best to do it. Otherwise, you can catch it on my Facebook page, and the information is down below. So until next week, remember, I love you.